the spiritual community today, there's colossal amount of misinformation, tremendous amount of disinformation and misinformation mixed together with false narratives, fake promises, false promises, substantial amount of greedy intentions by fake channelers to make money, quick money. And a perfect example of this is a fraudulent and non-existent galactic federation of light, or lies in better terms, better known as GFL. They say GFL saviors, but in reality GFL doesn't exist. It never existed. It's just a man-made concept created as a prank originally in the late 90s, but of course current GFL cult members don't understand this. GFL is even depicted these days by these renderings. They'll look like these Playboy models, blonde hair, blue eyes, stunning, gorgeous girls and good-looking guys, and muscular, humanoid, Nordic type. And these pictures are circulated over the internet over and over and over. So this concept has eventually brainwashed the masses. Sadly speaking, that is, but the masses think really they're these humanoids with blonde hair, blue eyes, perfect white teeth, six-packs, traps and muscles and shoulders and biceps and triceps. Yeah, just bodybuilding type fitness competitors coming down here to save humans and take them to 5D. GFL is completely fake. It never existed in the first place. And these GFL lies come back around every year. Year after year after year, same lie, over and over, just packaged a little differently. And the fraudulent fake channelers that channel GFL, they know this. They know this very, very well. But they're sure promising their followers enlightenment and to grow spiritually, grow mentally, give them full telepathy, even heal their cancer over Zoom and Skype. This nonsense, this hoax. And GFL stands for hoax, for lies, misrepresentation, just like Ashtar stands for hoax. But I mean, GFL certainly hits the top, even surpassing Ashtar, even surpassing the Council of 9 and 5, even surpassing the whole Galactic Federation of Worlds. These are man-made concepts. They're not true. Just like GFL is a small group of few dozen malevolent, low vibrational, astral parasites, deceased humans, AI programs, and manipulating fourth density extraterrestrial races. That's all they are. They're just manipulators. They're not really powerful. Not in any way. They're not powerful at all. They're just weak. They're phenomenal at manipulating humans, but they're weak. That's all they are. So they harvest human energy. They steal human thought form. They hijack humans. Many of these GFL channelers are hijacked. They just don't understand it yet. This is how GFL survives, because they're able to hijack unprotected humans. And the way this GFL hoax really works is these parasites, these malevolent parasites, they're hijacking humans and stealing their energy and thought form for their own malevolent purpose, for their own really reasons that no human will really know. And this process occurs as well in the dream states, in the astral states, because in the astral and in the dream states, the humans are being also manipulated. They're getting hijacked constantly. Fake avatars are being inserted into their dream states. But of course, the human channelers promoting GFL, they're not going to teach detection of fake avatars from the dream states. They're not going to teach anything, because they have this God mode ambassador, I'm a prophet, descended human type of special worthy human that was selected by the GFL. So the ego gets in the way. And their followers are completely misled. GFL's entire agenda is to mislead people, to give them false hopes, false promises, where this imaginary fairy tale group of Playboy models from the Galactic Federation of Light will come down and save all the humans. And these promoters of GFL do this daily. They pump this out daily. And of course they say to particularly hate on anything that's reptilian, hate all of the other races, insectoid races, feline races. Oh, they're not good enough. They're malevolent. Galactic Federation of Light is only benevolent. But if GFL was named Galactic Federation of Darkness, nobody would listen to it. But they put that light word at the end, and then everyone just buys right into it. So when humans are meditating, when humans are leaving their body, when they're going into the astral, this is the moment, this is the time when they're getting hijacked, because they're not protected. call in their angels and archangels and religious prophets to come and save them. It doesn't work. You don't think extraterrestrials know that? Of course they know that. And as a proud reptilian channeler of Theta Tauri, white reptilian race, a race that's honorable, truthful, powerful, and extremely prideful, they've taught me that in the last 4 or 5 lunar cycles, 8.5% of consciousness has increased on this planet, which is really a phenomenal increase. But I think regardless of the increase, regardless of how many people think that they're woke or they're awake or they're enlightened, close to 60% of their own gods that they listen to, these human man-made prophets that they call themselves, these selected humans, the teachers of ascension, the 60% are either hijacked or they're fraudulent. And this statistic was given to me by an extraterrestrial race. They're quite involved with Earth. So it's unfortunate this many channelers or healers or psychics are just fraudulent. They're not genuine. And I feel as humans really begin to transfer their own consciousness in higher levels, higher densities, higher dimensions, as humans make more and more extraterrestrial contact, which I highly suggest, then these GFL parasites will have really no business with these humans anymore. They won't be able to penetrate them anymore because human will be growing outward. Human will be becoming more powerful. So who becomes the power? Well, the power goes to the human, not to the GFL parasites. So humans need to stop worshiping some saviors and understand there's a God within them, there's a universe within them. So the GFL constantly promotes segregation, division, discrimination against any other race that's not blonde hair, blue eyes. And in the galaxy that we are in, of course there are many different federations and councils and collectives and groups, alliances, empires. And I've been educated and shown these things in the astral and in a projected state. And of course, I'm grateful for the profound information that I received from the extraterrestrial and extra-dimensional counterparts that I'm connected to. But there is no GFL. There's nothing close to it. GFL, Galactic Federation of Light, does not exist. That's a man-made term here on Earth. And of course, there are multiple different planets and the consciousnesses that are all combined together for the benefit of their own star regions. So the federations that are nearly expanding the entire galaxy, they work together all the time, yes. They trade resources, they train militarily together. They train technologies, yes, they work together, but none that are called GFL, none that are even described in this humanoid, blonde hair, blue eyes, levitating over Earth and just around a corner coming down to Earth to save humanity. This is not how it works. No saviors are coming to save us. GFL is a fraud. And those that are channeling GFL either know this and are still channeling to make money, or they absolutely have no idea who they're telepathically connecting to. And I've connected to a variety of different races, from aquatic, feline, hybrids, Yael, Sasanis, reptilians, even Alpha Draconian Empire. They know, I've asked in the astral, absolutely, there is no such thing as GFL. None whatsoever. It doesn't exist. And as far as humans who currently work with GFL, who promote GFL, this concept, this ambassadorship concept, in my humble opinion, these amateurs are not powerful. They're blood-sucking is what they are. They have no integrity. They have no dignity. I'll say this in an open concept podcast, dual interview. They have absolutely no honor. They take no prideful actions. They're not a prideful human. They only do this for fame and social media status. They do this for money, for the memberships, for the subscribers. There are very few channelers on Earth today that are channeling collectives. Just like there's few channelers that channel Metatron or Draconians. Very few. The rest of these GFL and Ashtars, they're all deceivers because they're making up their channeled messages. They need the money, or they write a book when they need the money. And because they're addicted to their social media status, they're addicted to the likes, the followers. They get addicted to it. It's like a drug. They're intentionally spreading the lies, but they're also intentionally hurting a lot of humans. They're watching needlessly how humans suffer with these expectations of med beds. that their organs will be healed. And human really is waiting for this day, for this mass landing to occur, because they're genuinely sick in life. They have an organ issue, they have cancer, they have something. They're really waiting, they keep waiting, and their energy is harvested. Or GFL predictions for 2025. Predictions for presidential campaigns, predictions for wars. These are all lies and frauds. We'll live multiple timelines. There's no such thing as a prediction for 25. The GFL ambassadors know this. They're pathetic. They're pitiful. They're no honor. They aren't powerful. They're weak, especially in the astral. They're laughable. They're very weak, very cowardly. Especially when reptilians face them in the astral. And aside from astral, going back in the history, of course, it's very important to understand who GFL is. So this guy, Niddle, he was his name, who wrote a first book on GFL in 2000, and then wrote a second book in 2001, then a third book a few years later, 2005. He wrote a book how there's a federation named GFL and they're coming to rescue humans to another planet, to give them a much better life. And all humans got to do is pay him a fee, and he'll set up this meeting between GFL and humans. And obviously this never came in this 5-year span. So this laughable promise of his, or promises of these GFL saviors, no landing ever occurred. Then he claimed also publicly, and this was a top-notch GFL channeler, he claimed that an army of angels is coming in 2000 to destroy Earth, because Earth is going through a flood catastrophe coming up, and GFL is coming down to save some of these humans, but angels are going to intervene and destroy. So another fairy tale story. I mean, people got really hit by this because they really expected angels to show up. And to this day, most people don't even understand angels or archangels, or why does every angel name ends with EL? But they sure worship them. So none of these landings occurred. These lies, these massive lies continued with GFL on and on and on, and including one lie that they're coming with 1,000 of their ship. Not 1,001 or 1,003 or 990, no, 1,000 of their ship. They're going to pick up all the humans. No, none of the landings ever occurred. And this was like around the same time in 2012, when even Wilcock was putting out his standard Wilcock prophecies, how world's ending, and on December 21st in 2012, humans are going to wake up and have ultra special, intense psychic powers and telepathy, blah, 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 blah. No, world ended, and obviously no one woke up on December 21st, 2012 with psychic powers. That's like billions and billions of people. No, it's not how it works. Then in 2014, another GFL book was released, almost like a revised and then released, how explaining in 2012 landing got canceled. That's why they didn't show up. But they're definitely coming in 2015. Again, they never showed up in 2015. This never happened. And a lot of people to this day are still following this bullshit. GFL is coming, these fake promises. But they don't understand GFL's history, the actual origin, and also their ideologies. And who even invented the GFL prank? It was started out of a dare. That's all it was. It was started out of a prank. And a guy went for it. And then wrote a few books, made some money. Another channeler, Greg Giles, heavily promoted GFL also, early 2000. And this guy even wrote booklets and instructional booklets, shot videos. I mean, he was a top-notch name in the GFL cult industry. And he said that GFL is so close, it's tantalizing. And the second booklet he wrote, it's called Bring Your Toothbrush. GFL actual booklet, Bring Your Toothbrush. They're coming. Obviously, they never came. And all this information is still publicly available at web.archive.org. The GFL's pickup date then, I believe, was set for February 4th, 2012, with instructions that limousines and limo drivers will pick up selected humans, take them to GFL ship. Archangel Michael will be greeting everyone, doing like a checklist, making sure you have your real ticket and your QR code, and then that the trip itself is going to go to space for 10 days, visit to 5th dimension will occur, dogs and cats allowed, to pack light, no money needed, because unlimited amount of shopping is going to be occurring on GFL's craft. free medbed healing, swimming pools and spas were offered, and that everyone's going to New Earth. I don't even have words in English. English is my third language. I'm an immigrant to Canada, but if I combine all of the languages, I'm trilingual, I still wouldn't be able to express the ridiculousness and this lucid nonsense that people are falling for. And then when this date passed and no one came, Giles, the same guy, put out an advertisement saying that a ship called Neptune is coming to pick up only 200 humans for a fee. I think a fee was $2,000 or something. Anyway, he took all the money, no ship ever came, no landing ever occurred. But I mean, realistically speaking, we got to look at this. 200 people just quit their jobs, left their family, left their homes, broke up their relationships with their loved ones. They left their societies to go on the ship. I remember this really hurt a lot of people's feelings. Like, they were devastated that no ships came. Then another landing hoax was promised called the Jerusalem ship to show up specifically in 2016. This never came. There's no such thing as Jerusalem ship. It's a religious made-up lie. And around this time, just before this Jerusalem illusion, this guy named Fulfer and Cobra and many other GFL promoters were saying the same disinformation. GFL is coming to do the ascension with humans. Mass arrests are coming. Underground reptilian tunnels are being dug out. And GFL is assisting with this storm that's coming. Grab your popcorn. It'll be biblical. Free med beds are coming. Nowhere near the truth. They were all wrong. None of this happened because it was a lie. It started as a lie and it ended as a lie. And eventually one day, all of these fraudulent pranksters, these goofs, these punks, they just disappeared one day. They went away, they hid somewhere with shame, obviously. I mean, and this guy Gills is the only one I kind of respect because he put a public post, and in his own words, he said, you know, hello everyone, I just want to say that thank you for being my follower, but the messages from Galactic Federation of Light and Ashtar that I've been putting out for all these years, I was wrong. They were not from GFL or Ashtar because there is no GFL and there is no Ashtar, and I have no idea who I was talking to. And other channelers know this too, and they're not speaking the truth, and they're not talking to the GFL, they're not talking to the Ashtar, they're just making it up. These were his actual words. I mean, this public statement is still available online. This guy still has a Twitter account. And he's absolutely correct. There's no such thing as GFL. It's an illusion. GFL started as a prank. That's all it is. It was started as a joke. The guy was there to do it, and he went ahead with it. And he had a tremendous amount of malevolent agendas, money-hungry, typical guy, no morals. And he pumped out this fear-mongering propaganda that the world's ending, and there's this extraterrestrial ship coming with a label on it, Galactic Federation Light, written in English too. Like they speak English, yeah. Of all the languages, they speak English. Nuclear war's coming, aliens are coming, humans are ending, reptilians are coming to drink baby blood. Mass floods are coming, dinosaurs are returning, thousands of ships are landing. So lie after lie after lie after lie. Fear-mongering lies. And we know today, thanks to fake news TV, how well fear-mongering works. Too many people get emotionally attached to it. But these GFL scam artists make people believe that real GFL is coming and that there is absolutely no need to do any spiritual work. Nothing on earth to do with spirituality because GFL saviors will do all the spiritual work for you. All the mental enhancement, all the telepathy will be all done for you. Enabled, full remote viewing will be enabled, chakras will be opened, Kundalini activated, pineal gland detoxified and decalcified. Inner child work will be done, shadow work will be done, organs will be healed, cancers removed, viruses removed, all because of powerful GFL medbeds. Any implants will be removed, third eye blackness will be removed, fear and ancestral trauma will be removed, extraterrestrial contact with archangels contact will all be arranged, of course. I mean, the moment you get on the ship, obviously, this whole thing will be organized ahead on behalf of the human and a debt-free society with unlimited amount of money and free condos on New Earth. Yeah, all fully furnished condos too. All you gotta do is just worship that GFL, worship that name, and get that tattoo on you too, and frame a picture, and change your profile on Facebook too, you know, that says GFL is coming. Yeah, that definitely tells me you're a radical fanatic, absolutely. And they always say a worthy 144,000 humans, to be exact, are gonna be saved. This lunacy, this hysteria, this is insanity. This is one of the main fundamental issues of resistances in our spiritual community, and a major roadblock for many, many spiritual people who really, really want to grow outward. Because each time a fearful issue happens on earth, what happens? It comes into the consciousness of the spiritual community, so as a collective, and Galactic Federation of Light channelers take advantage of this. They absolutely waste no time in forming and then utilizing the fear-mongering scripts, I should say, so self-typed up scripts on their computers to make a video real quick and release it that night, premiering tonight, 9 p.m. Yeah, just sign up here and give me some money on my Patreon. Yeah, of course, and I'll get you all the news, the latest GFL's news, of course. Yeah, and I'll tell you how all the wars are gonna end too, ranging from Libya to Syria to Afghanistan, Iraq, and now in Ukraine. Yeah, just sign up for my Patreon and I'll tell you what GFL says. GFL puts more hoax messages out there. There's more than the like Tupac videos after his death. I mean, like, GFL pumps out these videos daily, constantly. No one knows who's putting it out. Non-GFL channelers know there is no GFL. I know there's no GFL. But these pranksters continue to pump out this video because humans are getting attached to it. It's an emotional drug for many. And people are buying into it. It's unfortunate, but it's very, very true. Sadly, but true. And as one of the official speakers at UFO Mega Conference in Vegas, I mean, I've seen a lot of different speakers, and in other conferences, Contact in the Desert, and LA Ascension Expo. And there's always this GFL speaker somewhere lingering around, like a little parasite somewhere, lingers around and pops his little head and goes, I want to channel GFL. And then they start channeling bullshit. And then some of them, two in particular, a Canadian girl and an American girl, they're selling GFL bracelets and necklaces that says 5D energy, or Reptilian Anunnaki, Zeta Mantis, GFL energy. An embarrassment. Deception, but an embarrassment. And lies are never okay, but specifically when human emotions are involved. The truth is that no GFL is coming to save anybody. There is no such thing. No federation is coming. Humans need to understand no saviors are coming. We selected this incarnation. We took it. We agreed to it prior to our birth. That's how incarnation works. Learn it. It's the mechanism of the universe, and we must finish it, because this life we live, this third density life, in this density that we're living it in this timeline, we can't change this by just calling some saviors to come and take us back home. We must finish it. Life is a school of energy. That's all it is. We got to figure it out. And incarnation is the mechanism of the universe. It's how soul evolves. It's how it learns new things. Not waiting for free handouts. Not waiting for some saviors. No GFL. No angels. No archangels are coming. No Ashtar. No Jerusalem ship. No GFW, Galactic Federation of the Worlds. Queen Shanifa or Jesus or Thor hands or angels or archangels or lords or councils or some Syrians, Andromedas, Pleiadians or Arcturians or Draconians. They're not coming. Some covenant of Palador, Galactic Federation of Light, unicorn and rainbows and ice cream and lollipops and free candy and free tree hugging. None of this shit's gonna happen. People are just addicted to escaping reality, and they're not understanding the importance of their incarnation. They're failing. Some are resorting to suicide, but many are failing. They need to be very proud human and deal with the problems in their life and not wait for external saviors. As a very proud reptilian channeler, I've actually never seen an authentic or genuine Galactic Federation of Light or Ashtar channeling. Never. And the ones that I did see, there's absolutely no energy exchange, no telepathy. People were making it up. And the same people that were making it up, I astral projected to them. I projected to see who they are in the astral. And all they are fragile, not powerful, no mental warfare. They're not protected, and they have absolutely no genuine, authentic, or particularly powerful extraterrestrial or extra-dimensional connections. They're just cowards, first of all, but they're petrified in the astral, petrified. They hurry themselves up to wake themselves up because they see a reptilian or reptilians. They're scared, but then in real life they pretend to be the toughest, most strongest possible telepathic human being. Fakeness. They're living a lie, pretending their life is perfect. Their messages are filled with compassionate and beautiful and perfect, just flawless, perfect messages, words, lovely words, but it's always the same standard fake illusion. It's like a romance novel. It's like an author of a book that just specializes in a love story. Allow GFL to open your hearts, and the darkness will leave, reptilians will leave, as the light of the GFL will take you straight into the fifth dimension, new earth, and bring you Nessara and Gesara and debt-free society with free medbits, by the way, fully furnished condos and a debt. Just stop it. I just want to look at them sometimes and say, just stop the madness, honestly. This whole, it'll be biblical, stop it. Mass arrests are coming, stop that too. Grab the popcorn. No thanks, I don't eat popcorn, but just shut up. Stop the madness. And it's really unfortunate that this has happened to the degree that humans are buying into it. And as a proud human, I say this, I love humans, I love my own clients. Their spiritual growth is my #1 goal. I'll skip my breakfast to call someone back or email them because they desire my help. So when I see these pranksters playing pranks on humans, that's disgusting. Deception is never okay. But then when I look at who is deceiving, these are just parasitic little insecure mommies and daddies girls who figured out a way how to use humans for their energy and for their money. And they're certainly very petrified in the astral. And then I understand how, when, and where the Anunnakis revised us, all 5 times when they came down here in a way, sometimes little, sometimes more. I understand literally what they build into our DNA to be fearful and to worship, and like I understand that event. And I understand how they disconnected us, disconnected our DNA, making us less powerful, less spiritual, less telepathic, shrinking our pineal gland, reducing our consciousness, and then embedding the worship gene into the human genome. I get that too. I understand religious programming, 15,100 religions. I get that too. I understand people are weak and sometimes scared, and I get that too. But how do you worship something that does not exist? It is insanity. And of course, GFL teaches 144,000 special worthy humans are going to be rescued. That's not true. 144,000, first and foremost, has to do with our DNA. Secondly, has to do with our oversouls. That's a fact. Has nothing to do with any federation coming or any religion saving their worshippers or their followers in their religious institution. No. 144,000 term was stolen. GFL in any way cannot give someone spiritual growth or ascension or a freedom, as freedom has to be expressed internally, and then it becomes reality on the external aspect, externally. And the whole psychic powers, real advanced mental warfare, psychic powers, full telepathy, advanced remote viewing, GFL cannot give this. Removal of blackness from the third eye and syncing audio and video from the third eye to achieve full telepathy and full visual and audio in the astral, GFL cannot give this. Telekinesis and teleportation, GFL cannot give this. Opening portals, they can't do that either. Because all of these things require patience and rigorous spiritual work, practices, dedication, consistency, with open mind, loving heart, bravery, no fear, with pride, prideful spiritual practices, elimination of human resistances, elimination of human belief systems, removal of ancestral fear to the best degree a human can. But of course, GFL does not teach this. And most GFL, Galactic Federation of Light, channelers today are absolutely making it up. And they know this. And the few, very, very few that really have telepathic abilities, they just don't know who they're talking to. Very, very, very few. There's probably 3 that do have genuine telepathic abilities, telepathy. They just do not know. They absolutely have no idea who they're channeling. All of these promises that these parasites offer, this looks beautiful at first, but these are just recycled phrases, illusions, fake stories. All they are is a very small collective of astral parasites, AI programs, deceased humans, and 4th density and sometimes 5th density extraterrestrial malevolent beings. And any GFL promoter today absolutely knows this. They know this. But they sure keep pumping out their lies that the GFL is coming. I mean, this shit show of a theater, this social media pretending that they're enlightened and they're an ambassador, honestly just needs to end. Emotionally, humans are just invested in these GFL stories, that's all. Humans are good, but unfortunately they worship too many different things that are not existent. These ambassadors know this. They know that a lot of the humans are weak energetically and they take advantage of them. The channelers know this, non-GFL channelers know this, extraterrestrial and extra-dimensional races involved with humans today know this. In the astral, everyone knows there is no GFL, and the world soon will know it.